guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a bit of a different video today. I want to have a go at printing on fabric. So I love when I see people do this, and I haven't ever tried it myself. So I've kind of been looking at what the best methods seem to be. And on the Graphics Fairy website, I came across a technique where she uses like a full label sheet basically, and then sticks that to the fabric, and then obviously prints from that. So that to me sounded like a really nice, easy method, and I'm all for obviously, you know, easy things that are not too tricky and fiddly. So I've just taken an old bed sheet and obviously washed and ironed it, and then didn't make a great job of ironing it. And then I've got this full sheet of label, which now I've had these for a really long time. I couldn't even tell you where I got them. I may have even got them from work kind of years ago. So yeah, but they're an A4 size, full size label sheet. I will have a look on Amazon to see whether I can find any that I could kind of link in the description box below. But you know, I'm sure that they're kind of available, you know, widely available kind of across the internet really. And in, you know, I'm sure kind of stationery type shops and things. So then what I'm doing is just cutting my fabric down around the label. Like that. Now I'm doing this on the kitchen worktop purely because I wanted a really flat surface to be able to, you know, stick the label onto the fabric. And my desk, it's not particularly flat because obviously, you know, over time it's got glue and paint and, you know, all sorts kind of stuff all over it really. So I thought that actually the biggest kind of flat surface that I had was my kitchen worktop, so that's why I'm kind of doing it here. So I'll just trim that down. Oops, like that. Now I don't know how the printer is going to react to this. I don't know whether kind of, you know, I don't know whether you can see this, but where I haven't maybe necessarily got it 100% straight, I don't know whether the printer is going to kind of mind that. You know, this is just literally just an experiment, but we'll, you know, we'll soon find out. So let's go and, you know, feed it through and have a look and see how it goes. Right guys, so I'm here now. I've kind of decided the piece that I would like to print. So I'm going to take my Paris Gallery ephemera pieces, and I would like to print just the first page of those as my first kind of, you know, experiment with printing onto the fabric. So I've pulled that up on my laptop here, and then I'm going to obviously send that to print. So I'm just going to move the laptop out the way, and then what we want to do is just put our paper into the printer. Now I don't know whether printers vary, you know, I'm not sure. I have talked about it before. Mine is a HP OfficeJet 6950. I've had it for about 9 months now, and for mine I need to put the paper like fabric side down, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to feed that onto the tray, or into the tray. I'm going to kind of make sure it's like pressed in, you know, in line with the paper. Now I'm not sure how brilliantly that's working. It obviously seems a little bit short compared to the paper length, so it might be best to take the paper out like this, because obviously we haven't got that edge from where the label piece of paper was. So what I'm going to do, I'll just take my kind of bunch of paper out, and I'm just going to kind of tap it down like that, so it's kind of flush with the bottom like that on the edge. I know this is not really great, and you know, I hope that this kind of is making a little bit of sense to you guys. So I'm going to pop that in there and then obviously close the paper tray. And then I need to click OK to say that I've changed the paper. Just bring my print, you know, my laptop's screen back in. And then I need to go to the print. Now for the settings, there presumably is not anything saying fabric here for the paper types. Let me just try and get my laptop screen in here. You have to excuse all that mess on the floor. It's my daughter's toys and my printer is just on the floor in our kind of room. So I'm having a look through to see what paper type would be best. I think I will probably just go for plain paper thick. I'll go for best quality and we'll try and do it like that. So click OK. And then I just want the current page, so I just click that. And now fingers crossed really. So I've sent it to print. And this is where I now hear the printer get, you know, jamming. So we'll see how it goes, but keep your fingers crossed that this is going to work because, you know, I'd be really thrilled if it did. I love the look of when people print on the fabric. It really looks nice. So, oh, it's coming out. Something's coming out. So let's have a look. Well, hey, we have success. I don't know why that just surprised me so much. I don't know quite what I expected to happen, but maybe I didn't really expect it to work. But can you see that? It's actually come out on the fabric. I love how that looks. It's absolutely awesome. So I'm going to pop that down, and then while we're here, so I've actually done 3 sheets of paper, so I'm going to feed the next one in. So, you know, if you want kind of to switch off at this point, if you've seen enough, then feel free. But I'm going to go for another, you know, fabric on paper print. So I'll just again pop that into the tray, and then I think what I might do is actually print a background page. So excuse me for jogging the printer there, sorry, the tripod. This is just not a really great you know, way that I'm obviously doing this because, you know, I'm sat kind of on the floor balancing things onto my knee, and yeah, it's probably not making for the best video, so I do apologise. Let me just open up the next one that I want to print. So let me leave this at least, sorry, I jogged the camera again. Let me at least leave this so you've at least got something a bit more interesting than just the printer to look at. Right, let me pick my next one that I'm going to print. So I'm going to try and print. So I'm going to try and print the collage page from the Paris gallery. You know, I think that would make absolutely gorgeous fabric. So again, I've just opened that file, and again, I'm just going to click print. What I might do is try and set this to the borderless setting. So I'm just going to click that here. And again, just going to go to that paper thick. I don't know whether that's kind of, you know, the best one to use. I don't know really. I'm going to try and switch it to borderless printing, but it may be that it won't like that. Let's have a look. Right, so I have an error now saying that it conflicts with the paper type, so I'm going to have to switch the borderless printing off, and we'll just go for it with borders, and obviously we can cut around them. So again, I just want the current page, so I'm just again going to click print. Okay, I can hear the printer again clicking into life, so hopefully we're going to kind of have success here. This is very exciting for me because I've always wanted to be able to print on fabric, so you know, this is really, really, really awesome. You know, to be able to make all beautiful things but on fabric is really, really cool. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Right, it's coming out pretty fast, so hold on. And we'll pick that up. Oh, how awesome does that look? I hope the lighting's okay. I'm really, truly sorry about the kind of, you know, printing conditions. I know this is far from ideal, so I just apologise, you know, now. So, yeah, really like it though. What do you guys think? So, something really fun to kind of have a play around with. So, I'm just going to kind of pop these two down, and then I'm going to do one final one. So I've got here my maiden voyage kit, and I'm just going to check which page I would like to print. So this is 5 pages, this one, but I don't obviously want to print all 5, so I'm torn between the first page or the first page or the second page. I think probably the first page. So again, I'm just going to pop my fabric paper in. So again, I'm going to just because we did that before and that seemed to work quite well, is to kind of butt it up against the edge of the papers and then just pop that into the printer like that. Okay, click OK on the printer. So again, I'm just going to now send that to print. So again, I just want to do the current page, just check that I'm on that thick paper. I don't know whether that makes a difference, but obviously because we've had kind of success using that paper type, I may as well stick with that. So just click OK, and we'll just click print. Okay, so let's see how this one turns out. So, and just to kind of show you these two, so obviously I've got the one that's printed on the paper and then the one that's printed on the fabric. So really, really, really like them. What do you guys think? Let me just pop them down. I'll just come behind the, oops, no, I've got them out of shot altogether. I'm so sorry about this terrible video. I really, you know, this is kind of a totally new thing for me, printing outside of my usual zones. So yeah, so hopefully you can see here I'm now kind of holding the camera at an angle, right, and that's my maiden voyage pieces there. So sorry, I'm just moving the camera around completely, so sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but right, well, I'm really excited by that, and yeah, I think kind of can see lots of different kind of opportunities to have a play with all these little bits and pieces. So as I say, before uploading this, I will try and actually find some you know, of the full size sheet labels. Sorry, let me just stand the tripod back up. I will try and find some of the full size sheet labels so that I can then obviously you know, link that below for you guys. But I mean, failing that, I'm sure that, you know, they're probably easily available, you know, in the shops. So yeah, I hope that you liked that quick play, and, you know, you can't really, I suppose, call it a tutorial, but yeah, I think, you know, something kind of fun and different to do. So I hope you like it, and have fun if you decide to try doing some. So thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks then, bye.